Welcome to Signal Post Daily, your human-curated, AI-delivered tech and AI news briefing, episode 23 for Tuesday, November 18th, 2025.
Happy Tuesday, John.
Great to be back, Jess. Today we're covering Apple's major iPhone strategy shift, Google's new travel AI tools, a huge CEO succession at Apple, a weather forecasting breakthrough, and Jeff Bezos returning as a CEO.
That's quite a day in tech. Let's dive in.
Apple is fundamentally changing its iPhone release strategy, moving from yearly drops to a twice-a-year cycle starting in 2026. This is a massive shift in how they manage their product lineup.
Wait, they've done one model per year forever. What's the shift exactly?
Fall 2026 gets the premium phones, iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max, plus the foldable iPhone. Then spring 2027 launches the base iPhone 18, a budget iPhone 18e, and the iPhone Air 2. So instead of everything dropping at once, you get major releases split across the calendar year.
So they're spreading releases across the year instead of concentrating everything in September?
Exactly. According to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, quote, "This pattern will continue for years to come, with Apple launching between 5 and 6 new models annually. It's a revenue smoothing strategy."
That makes business sense, honestly. They get product announcements twice yearly.
Precisely. Instead of one mega event in September that dominates the quarter, you get strategic product drops every 6 months. Keeps investor attention and sales flowing steadily.
And the iPhone Air 2, what makes it different from the regular iPhone?
It's ultra thin and light. The main upgrade is a new 2-nanometer processor that improves battery life. That's the focus, not adding more cameras like some rumors suggested.
I mean, that actually sounds like a smart evolution. Thinner phones with better batteries is what people want.
Right? This schedule also gives Apple flexibility to stagger launches and manage supply chains better across the year. It also means you can hit major events like the developer conference and iPhone launch moments strategically throughout the year, instead of cramming everything into September.
This is going to reshape how people buy iPhones. Okay, what's next?
Google is launching major new AI travel tools inside Search that could completely change how you plan and book trips.
What kind of tools are we talking about? Is this more AI?
You got it, Jess. A feature called Canvas in AI mode. You describe your trip, like beach vacation in March with good food, and Canvas builds an entire itinerary. Flights, hotels, restaurants, activities all appear in a side panel.
Does it actually book things or just suggest options?
Right now, it's suggestions and comparisons. But Google is developing agentic capabilities, meaning the AI will actually complete bookings for you. Restaurant reservations just launched in the US, with flights and hotels coming soon.
That sounds like it could eliminate a lot of travel planning headaches.
Exactly. Canvas pulls together real-time flight and hotel data, Google Maps reviews, activity suggestions, and the ability to ask follow-up questions. If your dates change, you update the AI and it rebuilds everything. Canvas is US only on desktop right now for people opted into AI mode labs, but Google also expanded its flight deals tool globally. According to Google's announcement, it's now available in more than 200 countries and territories supporting over 60 languages.
Wait, that's a massive global rollout.
Huge. Flight Deals uses AI to match flexible travelers with affordable destinations based on natural language descriptions. You don't need exact dates or locations. According to Google's blog, quote, "You can describe what you're looking for to compare different flights or hotels and browse schedules, prices, room photos, amenities, and reviews. Something like cheap flights for a long weekend from Phoenix in February works perfectly."
That makes sense for flexible travelers.
Exactly. Google's positioning all of this as a travel hub where you research, plan, and book entirely inside Search instead of bouncing between 7 different websites.
This could be genuinely transformative for how people travel. So, John, did I hear Tim Cook is retiring?
You've got a good source. Apple is accelerating CEO succession planning. Tim Cook could step down as early as next year, and John Ternus is the leading internal candidate to replace him.
Who's John Ternus?
Senior Vice President of Hardware Engineering. He's been at Apple since 2001. He oversees iPhone, iPad, Mac, basically all the major hardware lines. He also led the risky but successful transition to Apple Silicon chips.
So he's a hardware-focused engineer, not an operations person like Cook?
Exactly. And that could be strategic. Apple is betting hard on custom chips, edge AI, tight hardware-software integration. They want an engineer driving that vision, not someone from the services or operations side.
What's Cook's timeline here?
According to reports from the Financial Times, the board is targeting 2026 for the transition. Cook is 65, which is a natural moment to hand over the reins, but this isn't driven by performance issues. Under Cook, Apple grew from $350 billion in valuation to $4 trillion.
That's insane growth. 14 years as CEO, though? That's a long tenure.
Right. Cook is one of the longest-serving Fortune 500 CEOs. The timing feels natural, not forced. Apple's board would probably announce a successor sometime in early 2026, ideally before the developer conference in June.
And what happens to Cook after he steps down?
Likely he stays as board chairman or executive chairman, similar to how Jeff Bezos stayed involved at Amazon. According to Bloomberg reporting, insiders say Ternus is described as charismatic but understated and a well-liked manager. Cook's operational expertise and institutional knowledge are too valuable to lose completely. Ternus gets the day-to-day CEO role. Cook provides strategic oversight.
Makes sense for a company of that scale. Next story?
Google DeepMind just launched WeatherNext 2, an AI weather forecasting model. And get this, Jess, it's 8 times faster than traditional physics-based systems. This is a significant breakthrough in how we predict weather at scale.
8 times faster? How is that even possible?
Supercomputers running physics-based weather models take hours to generate a forecast. WeatherNext 2 does it in under a minute on a single TPU. The speed breakthrough enables something really important: hourly resolution forecasts instead of day-level predictions.
But does faster mean less accurate?
Nope. Google says WeatherNext 2 surpasses the previous model on 99.9% of weather variables, temperature, wind, humidity, across all lead times up to 15 days ahead. That's remarkable accuracy improvement.
Okay, so what's the technical breakthrough here?
They developed something called a functional generative network, or FGN. Here's the key. Instead of predicting one single weather outcome, the model generates hundreds of possible scenarios from the same starting point. It captures uncertainty and variability in physically realistic ways.
Why would you want multiple predictions?
Because weather forecasting is fundamentally about preparing for what might happen, not being perfectly right about one outcome. According to Google's announcement, quote, each prediction takes less than a minute on a single TPU. It would take hours on a supercomputer using physics-based models. This probabilistic approach is especially useful for predicting low probability but catastrophic events like hurricanes and extreme heat.
So emergency services get better data for disaster prep?
Exactly. Plus, energy companies can forecast wind and solar output with much higher precision. Insurance companies get sharper data. It's foundational infrastructure for decision-making across entire industries. The model is already live in Google Search, Gemini, Pixel Weather, and Google Maps, with more platforms coming soon.
That's a huge deployment. Okay, bring it home, John. Last story.
Jeff Bezos is returning to the CEO seat. He's co-leading a new AI startup called Project Prometheus with $6.2 billion in funding, his first operational role since stepping down from Amazon in 2021.
Bezos is a CEO again? What's the company actually doing?
Physical AI for engineering and manufacturing. Think aerospace, automotive, computers. Basically applying AI to real-world manufacturing and scientific problems, not just chatbots and language models.
Why would he get personally involved at this stage of his life?
He genuinely believes in the mission. Project Prometheus is betting on physical AI as the next frontier. Bezos is co-CEO with Vic Baraj, a veteran from Google X who worked on moonshot projects. The company already hired nearly 100 people, many from OpenAI, DeepMind, and Meta.
That's a serious talent grab for such a secretive company.
Absolutely. The New York Times reported that Prometheus is focused on what insiders describe as applying AI to the physical economy. Bezos has said, quote, civilizational abundance comes from our inventions. These tools increase our abundance, and that pattern will continue. The company was announced this week with minimal details, so we're still learning what the roadmap looks like.
How much daily work will Bezos actually be doing?
That's the question. He's taking an operational co-CEO role, not just writing checks. This is the first time since 2021 that he's in a hands-on executive position. For a billionaire worth $256 billion, stepping into a startup CEO role signals serious commitment.
Does this compete with Elon Musk's xAI?
Different lanes. xAI focuses on language models. Prometheus is physical AI, robotics, manufacturing, real-world applications. When Musk called Bezos a copycat, it was more about the CEO comeback moment than the actual technology focus.
This is going to be fascinating to watch unfold.
So that's 5 major stories shaping tech right now. Apple splitting its iPhone releases, Google automating travel planning, Tim Cook's succession at Apple, a major leap in weather AI, and Bezos jumping back into the CEO game with Project Prometheus.
It's a really dynamic moment in technology right now.
Absolutely. If you have feedback or story suggestions for us, please reach out to feedback@signalpostdaily.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Thank you, friends, for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow with more tech and AI stories you need to know.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.